You know that feeling. It's quiet, almost invisible. You open the laptop, you stare at the blank page, you think about going to the gym, starting the business, having the difficult conversation, studying for the exam. And instead of moving forward, something inside you contracts. Not laziness, not stupidity, a contraction, a subtle, almost imperceptible tightening in your chest, a heaviness behind your eyes, a whisper that says, "This is going to hurt." So you check your phone, you reorganize your desk, you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, you scroll, you snack, you escape. And later, when the day ends, you feel the guilt. But here's the paradox. The very mechanism that once protected you from emotional pain is now the thing keeping you small. Avoiding hard things once saved you. Now it sabotages you. At some point in your life, effort became dangerous. Trying and failing became associated with shame. Being seen struggling became synonymous with being judged. So your nervous system did what it was designed to do. It protected you. It made you crave comfort. It made you avoid risk. It trained you to conserve energy and avoid exposure. But now you're older, and the world demands difficulty. Growth demands friction. Mastery demands repetition. Confidence demands evidence. And you're stuck in a body that interprets effort as threat. This isn't a productivity issue. It's a survival pattern. And until you understand that, you'll keep fighting yourself, mistaking self-protection for weakness. Today, we're not just talking about discipline. We're talking about rewiring the brain that learned to equate hard things with danger. 2. Definition and psychological authority. Let's define what's really happening. Your brain operates on a principle called reward prediction. It constantly calculates, will this action lead to pleasure or pain? If early in your life, effort led to criticism, comparison, humiliation, or emotional withdrawal from caregivers, your nervous system encoded a simple rule. Trying equals risk. Risk equals pain. Pain must be avoided. This is classical conditioning. But it goes deeper. There's something called learned helplessness, a concept introduced by psychologist Martin Seligman. When an individual repeatedly experiences effort that does not lead to safety or success, the brain eventually stops initiating effort altogether. It conserves energy. It shuts down initiative. Not because you're incapable, because your brain believes effort is futile or unsafe. Then there's the amygdala, your brain's threat detection system. If it associates difficulty with danger, social rejection, embarrassment, failure, it activates stress responses, cortisol spikes, heart rate increases, avoidance impulses strengthen. Meanwhile, your dopamine system, the neurochemical engine of motivation, starts to favor low-effort, high-reward activities. Social media, junk food, streaming, quick validation. Your brain becomes efficiency-obsessed. Why climb a mountain when there's candy on the ground? And here's where the deeper psychological architecture comes in, the self-concept schema. If you internalize the belief, I'm only valuable when I succeed effortlessly, then hard work becomes an identity threat. Struggle implies incompetence. Incompetence implies unworthiness. So your nervous system avoids effort not because it dislikes growth, but because it fears identity collapse. The brain you're living in right now is not broken. It's optimized. Optimized for psychological survival in an environment where effort felt unsafe. But the environment has changed. You haven't, and that's the conflict.